luck with that. Right, it's time for the weekly wander into the stories and headlines that are all about the lives of us girls in It's a Woman's World. First up, Alicia, we're having a little dance. Alicia Dixon's revealed she's off on a well-earned break to the Caribbean this Christmas. She said of the trip, "I'm going away with the girls, so Barbados better beware. I don't have a social life at the moment because of work, but I want to meet someone." So, has Alicia got the right idea? Is it better to hunt for men in packs or just go it alone?
Oh, no. I can't, a gang of girls going out looking for... can you? Oh, would you? I wouldn't, you know. Oh, look at him over there. Let's go over there and talk to him. Hello, love. Would you like a beer? No, I don't want a beer,
Sherrie, if perhaps you've done that voice, maybe that's why you haven't had sex for the last 12 years.
You've been on Carol too long, Sherrie.
No, you can't do that. If you're going to pick a man up, you've got to do it on your own. You can't do it in a bar with her going, oh, God, Sherrie.
Because, of course, I would talk like that when I went out with Sherrie.
If you went out with Denzi, you'd definitely meet somebody.
You definitely would cop off. Of course you would, because you're rubbish at it. So it's all right if you say don't go out in packs. You're not going out at all.
No, but in packs of, you know, 4 packs, 5 packs or 6 packs.
6 packs is very nice.
Exactly. You just can't.
I love going out with gangs of girls.
Going out?
I just love going out. I just love going out. But no, but I don't think I've ever sort of tried to cop off in a gang. I'd do it whether I was on my own or whether I was in a gang. Well, it doesn't make any difference to me.
I think it would be harder in a gang because I think it's quite a whole bunch of girls that are out, you know, on a bit of a rowdy one. It's quite intimidating, I think, for a bloke. I think if you want to pull, you're better off going out with blokes, especially gay ones.
Why?
Oh. Because gay blokes are quite good at going up and chatting to other blokes better than we are, and it's kind of acceptable for them to be quite territorial, I suppose, do you think? So maybe they can open the door for you and you can find out if they're gay or straight.
And they don't do any of that. Hello, love, are you all right? Oh, don't you?
No, dear. Here, dear. No, dear. No, dear. That's not him. That's Kim in the jungle, isn't it?
It is Kim in the jungle.
She is, yeah.
She is so like that,
Now, she'd go up and speak to somebody, wouldn't she?
Yeah,
I was going to say that if I go out for, you know, with a group of girlfriends, there's nothing more annoying than when you're having a really lovely time and chatting, and a bloke sort of comes over and tries to spoil it all. So surely if you're, you know, wanting to go out, it's better to go out. Maybe with another girl just for moral support, but not in a big group.
But if you just went out with another girl and the poor other girl, if you cop off with somebody, that's not very nice, is it?
No, you shouldn't leave your friends if you go out in a group of girls. I mean, actually, my idea of hell is a hen night. I like mixed company. I like a bit of both.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Anyway, people used to put their keys in a hat or something, didn't they?
No, that's a swingers party, Sherrie.
OK, moving on. Once you've picked up those keys and you've got your man, how long will the romance last? Well, writing about the rumoured romance of Frank Lampard and Christine Bleakley, columnist Carol Malone suggests that the first flush days of relationship will only last for 6 months. So do you think that's about right, Denise?
Well, I think that's the wrong word. I don't think that's how long a romance lasts. I think a romance can last forever. But I think that in-love phase, which is really that lusty phase where you lose loads of weight, which is brilliant, and you just sort of, like, push your food around the plate, and when you think of the night before, your tummy does that thing like that. And when they walk in and there's like that I think that only lasts for 6 months. I'll tell you when I think that stops.
Well, thank God,
is when you start. No, I know. But I think that when that stops is when you get to the stage where you've got to start doing poos in front of them.
Not in front of them. I don't mean in front of them. I mean that they know you're going to do that.
After 6 months?
Because the first 6 months, when you do a wee, you even do that down the side of the bowl and you sort of do that so it won't make a noise like that.
You're upsetting Sherrie now, look. She's upset.
You do. And once that sort of bit's over, then I think it's just,
You've got a point, actually, because, you know, Steve and I have been together for 5 years. We've been married now for, 2 months, and he started burping all the time. I know, and it's horrible. And the other day I shouted at him, "I can hear you," you know, and he said, "Sorry, I thought you weren't here." And I ended up running up to him, "Where did you think I was?" And it all turned up, and I said, "The romance has gone."
After 5 years, he did his first burp.
It was big. It was really big.
You should keep it in. Don't let it out.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think, well, no, maybe not
That's
after
the
6 months.
Well, you know,
Dave.
then you deserve only 6
Yeah.
months if that's what you're going to do.
I think...
No, I don't. I'm just saying. Honestly, I've given myself irritable bowel syndrome in the first flush of a relationship by not going.
The chase is the best anyway, isn't it? That's what's great, you know, that exciting chase. And you see a man across a crowded room, and you look into his eyes, and then you go, ooh, and he
Hello,
goes...
darling.
"Ooh."
Wait. And he runs them all. I still fancy my Paul. We've been together. Yeah, I really do. I mean, I haven't got that mad 6-month thing where
See,
you
I don't
can't
believe
actually
people
function.
where they go. I don't believe people when they go, well, I've been married for 36 years, and every time he walks down the stairs, my tummy turns over, and you think, no, it doesn't. That's just a big lie.
No, it's just
Yeah,
his
that's
cooking.
It doesn't mean it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't mean that you don't love it and sometimes
I love
fancy.
him on a much deeper level, and I do fancy him. Sometimes I look at him and I do go, "Poor, he's really," and he's mine, and I quite like that. But the 6 months, I think some relationships actually are better for just being affairs because they don't actually get to the point where you start seeing things like.
But you still
You
have
don't mean a fair affair. You just mean, you know, like a little romance or
Well,
a
I mean,
fling or
I mean, I had a relationship that actually never had a chance to realise itself. It was just an affair, and so it never got to
boring stage
pooing and all the rest of it.
Not boring stage, but just all shut up.
Yeah, I just.
I had that with Arthur. I'll just say I did have that with Arthur, and I had it for a long time, and it kept coming back.
Who's
every
Arthur?
time it did. Well, Arthur's a long
Paul McCartney lookalike.
Yes,
Oh, right.
and it was long standing. And every time I saw him, it came. You know, it came, and then it went, and every time he came back, it came again.
Do you know, I got really confused for a minute then. I thought you were talking about your dog that turned into a spider. I got really quite
No,
lost.
that's just silly.
OK, finally. Research published this week suggests that working women, this is a good one, have created the myth of the useless man to make them feel better. The report by Dr. Rebecca Meisenbach says the trend of the female high achiever and the male slacker at home is all a tall story that women tell each other to compensate for an overwhelming sense of guilt about trying to do it all. So is she right? Is it just a myth that men are useless at home?
I think it's a myth. I don't think men are useless. My Paul's quite good at home, and I think, you know, I can understand when you've got like loads on your plate and you're trying to be superwoman and you're just running around and they've just got something wrong and you're just frazzled and you go, oh, do I have to do everything? And I think it's sort of a bit like someone wanting, you know, appreciation. But I don't think, you know, I don't think men are useless. My Paul's quite...
a lot of my Paul, just because he's bought you a nice dress.
my Paul. No, I mean, no, he is a good bloke, actually. And I mean, he has his moments, but... And he does... I mean, I think he's a bit confused about actually... I think a lot of men are confused about what we actually want some of the time, because we say that we want them to, if we're going out like tonight for maybe for your birthday dinner, I want Paul to come up with the idea, and he has come up with an idea of where to go, and he ran it by me today, and I went, You should look at their faces. Is that really me?
Yes.
No, I wasn't disapproving. I was just thinking.
What
because
about?
it's I'm always trying to come up with another idea.
But you shouldn't. You should shut up. Because he's come up with that idea, you should go, oh, lovely, even if you hate it.
I know it is lovely that he did it.
a pie and mash shop.
But I also think when you're like a career type person, you get a little bit controlling and you don't really send out the wrong messages, and I think that's the sort of thing. But he's not useless.
I think that with men, and I don't like generalising, but I think that Tim isn't useless at all in lots of areas, but it's like he will do things around the house or to help that I haven't really asked him to do. It's like at no point have I ever said, I want 6 pots of jam made when I come back tonight. Right. Never said that. Might have said, can you ring the plumber? Can you do this? Not done. But there will be some jam and some chutney ready for Christmas. Because, no, I know that's a nice thing to do. But, well, he's thinking that he wants to make some jam and chutney, Lisa, because isn't he really?
I don't know. Well, why would anyone think that?
Well, exactly. He jumps up off the settee at 10 at night and goes, I think there's just enough strawberries to make another pot.
You should applaud that, otherwise you'll make him feel really useless.
You know what?
And that's not fair, because jam's a good idea, you know.
No, but I'm going to have to start a cottage industry. There's so much jam.
I think that's good. I think you should.
So have you done it in the first 6 months? You could have saved
Yeah,
yourself.
exactly.
Do you agree then with this thing that the whole men are useless thing is actually a myth that's been made up by really controlling women?
Well, the thing is, you see, I think what really got me was if you know when men hoover or put washing in, have to give them a round of applause. And a medal, don't you? Go, oh, well done, you've got them. You know where the hoover is.
Yeah.
You know where the washing machine
Where they
is.
leave it in the middle of the
Yeah,
lounge.
but
and then go, oh, sorry,
oh,
forgot to put
yes.
the vacuum away.
I know. And you go, well, that drives me mad.
Yeah.
So I think they are pretty useless in the sense that they don't see it as an everyday thing like we do.
Yeah.
They think they have to be rewarded by you know what if they do something. And how?
No, they don't.
Oh, well, they think they do. They think they do. So I think in that sense they are. But
Yeah.
but making jam I think is a pretty nice idea. I think that's lovely.
You should get him a
Well, I'd
penny.
like to come round to yours and make some blooming jam.
He can.
He's moving on to Damson next week, I hear. I'll keep you all posted.
He can make my jam anytime.
Here's your final break for today. Please stop. Joining us shortly.